Bonjour and welcome to the 15th race of the Utica Home Track Series schedule here in Rouen, Essarts. We came here last year, it was a wild race, and we expect nothing less this race weekend. Here is your starting grid. Everyone with an R next to their name is a rookie, all battling for that Rookie of the Race prize. Now, race 15 of 22, it doesn't seem like we have a limited amount of time left, but we do. And a lot of these drivers are really starting to pull things together, trying to make sure they're in championship contention by the time we get to Myrtle Beach, race 22. 42 cars are here today, but more attempted this race. A lot didn't qualify. A couple of drivers that surprised us, like Vladimir Petrov, Jacques LaSalle, Connor Atwood, and Nick Capps, who seems to break through on the road courses. But on pole was another road race ace. It was Estavas Cortez getting his second career Utica Home Track Series pole. The first time he got was last year in Monza. But things have not been as good since then, and look at that already. In the first turn, he's going to lose to Matt Evans, car number 4. Cortez hoping for a good points day to try and get himself into the top 35. Now we have our first incident of the event on lap 1, first of many. Alex Tanker, car number 34, is going to get sent loose. Ray Tackett involved. There's Dylan Young, who needed to have a good day today. He's going to get sent into the wall. A lot of other cars piling up around them. A lot of congestion on the first lap, but this is not usually where it happens. The first lap was much cleaner than last year as Matt Evans, car number 4, with the race lead at the current moment. Now, unlike his 2011 season, road courses have favored him well this year. He got his only win of the season at Sonoma. He's hoping to make it 2 with Rouen Essarts, which is a very difficult track to win on. Currently, Finguy is the only winner here. Speaking of Jeffery Finguy, car number 62 is painted differently this weekend. It's painted to look like his car from last year, which it looks pretty nice. The SVG Chevy having a great, well, I wouldn't say great run today. He's about 25th on track, but he still has a long way to go. It's only lap 3. He might have a shot at this if he can just keep his nose clean throughout the event. So Finguy seeing if he can do well today. See if he can be the first ever 2-year-in-a-row winner at a track. Seth Cole having a great race at the moment, staying in 6th position. This is the kind of run that Seth Cole needs to make sure he stays in that top 35 for next season. The 52 machine and the 80 car both running today, but having poor seasons before this. They're trying to turn things around in the late stages of the year. We had another incident on lap 5. Matt Evans, the race there, is going to get into the back of Dylan Young, car number 50. Young's going to get involved with Cortez, and that wrecks first and second place as Dylan Young goes for a violent spin. Let's go on board with him. Now, to get into the top 35 in points, Dylan Young needs to finish no worse than 27th on track. And this is going to make it a lot harder for him today, as look at this flip that he's going to go on. Horrible tossing and turning. He keeps that car going amazingly. They bring their best mechanics to this track to make sure these cars make it to the end of the race. Incident lap 5. Dustin Capps, car number 48, going to get turned by David Yankee, Okuyamadea, and Alex DeMarco. Okuyamadea is actually going to get stuck outside of the racetrack. She'd have to drive around that fence and get back in. William Duncan would retake the race lead. And you can just tell that William Duncan is having a great year. He's been doing marvelous at these road courses, which is surprising as he didn't even attempt this race last year. It was Connor Atwood in the 83 machine. So great job by the number 83 machine of William Duncan to keep it up front, having a great championship run. Instant lap 6. Neil Evans battling with Bob Cortez, car number 86. They come up on a car coming off pit road. It's going to send Bob Cortez and Neil Evans off track. Look at that save by Neil Evans to keep that car driving. Man, I mean, usually cars go over there. He keeps it on his wheels. Instant lap 7. Alex DeMarco, car number 51, having trouble with that one turn. Gets into the fence one more time. DeMarco is locked in the top 35 in points. He's just hoping that he can stay up there. Instant lap 8. Nikki Allen gonna get turned by the 50 of Dylan Young. This is her first start of the season. Currently not looking especially good. She had to get pulled out of that fencing. Matt Duell, car number 88, having a superb day and what could be a career run if he keeps his nose clean. He sits in 3rd place right now, which is amazing for Matt Duell, whose best finish is 6th place, marred with a bunch of tragedy and other events. Both the Duell racing cars are in this race today, and both are having moderately good runs, so hopefully they can do well. We take a look at another incident. This happened on lap 12, along with another cavalcade of incidents. Seth Cole gets into the back of David Yankee. He's going to get clipped by Nicholas Garrett. Look at that car flying. DeMarco. Bain goes tumbling through the air. There's Thomas Beatty. Tyler Benoit is on his roof as well. This is not faring well. These drivers, Jamie Murphy made some hard contact. Gets involved with Andreas Allen. That car is just going to go for this death spiral. Jamie Murphy, they're going to get that car rolling, but it was pretty damaged. Incident lap 12. Jeffery Finguy trying to avoid that incident. Going to get off track and into the grass. So will David Yankee and Russell Arcuria as he scoots past in the grass. Finguy not liking the way this race is going at the moment. Another incident on lap 12. Bob Fedino is going to go for a slight spin in that tight turn. But fortunately he keeps that car going with minimal damage, not already caused by a prior accident, as you see David Yankee sneaking around in that 07 machine. Incident lap 12. Dustin Capps passing a lot of these slow cars, including Joseph Bryant. Oh! He's going to get sent loose while trying to pass Joseph Bryant. That car is going to go for a tumble. Bob Cortez is also going to get spun. But Dustin Capps, a very dizzy driver, barrel rolling several times. Incident lap 12. Bob Cortez, he spun out just a little while ago. He's going to get into another incident trying to pass the slow, broken car of Joseph Bryant. Slides up into the fence there. Okuyama Day is going to make a spin as well, but fortunately, not too many spots lost. Arishok, car number 33. Currently, one of the biggest movers on track. Starts 25th, currently in 9th position. So these wrecks have been really favoring her as she tries to go. Oh, watch out for Russell Arcuria! Whoa! Russell Arcuria going for a flip, but Arishok, great save. Wall riding it through the first turn. This is one of the few tracks that you can actually say a driver can wall ride. So great driving by Arishok to keep that car in the race. Incident lap 13. Brian Valentine gets pounded by David Yankee, and that car is going to get wedged there. He's running for a championship, but this is not going to look good for him, as he's going to have to head to pit road. Another incident on lap 13. Zachary Robinson going to get clipped by Neil Evans. Both of them are going to go up the wall, and both are going to go tumbling over. Zachary Robinson not having the best run today. Another incident, lap 13. Joseph Bryant, they sent that car back out, but it looks completely unready. I don't know what Samantha Yankee was trying to do, but just going to pull down, drive right into the 80 machine, and I think that would end Samantha Yankee's day. And that is a shame for the 73. Joseph Bryant would keep going, but heavily off pace and many laps off the pace. Instant lap 14. Brad McMahon got off somehow, but it looks like Estavas Cortez is going to slide into some oil. Slides off the racetrack. Disappointing for the pole sitter, who was hoping to win it from the pole today, like Finguy did last year. Instant lap 15. Joseph Bryant, once again, is going to clip the hay barrier. He's going to spin that car out. And Joseph Bryant been very unsteady on track throughout the duration of this event. Instant lap 15. Matt Duell, car number 88, pounded by Zachary Robinson. He goes into the wall. Look at that avoidance by Okuyama Day. 3 cars flipping. Camiso, Tanker, Allen. Man, a wild first turn as Caitlin Stringer almost gets out of shape, but keeps it going. Instant lap 16. William Duncan The race leader gets into the back of Justin Cap. Look at that! That car is smoking. We're getting a report. He's broken something internally. The 83 machine is done for today, and that's a shame. He was leading this race. Michelle Sayadino is going to make even more contact with him, and she's going to send that car sliding off the racetrack. That hard-to-miss paint scheme, the number 69. But, oh man, horrible for William Duncan, who thought he could have won this race. And, Michelle Sayadino is going to get back on track, cause another incident with Brandon Bain. And look at that, Brandon Bain's going to go for a tumble. Michelle Sayadino drive that car off, keeps it in the race. So we have to find out who's going to actually take that race lead, as we had another incident on lap 16. John Sayadino, who was one of the front runners, second place, could have been first here. Look at that. It's going to plow right into the catch fence. They'd have to pull him out. He would not be the race leader coming to the line. Another incident on lap 16. Alex Tanker gets off pit road. Julian Kenneth Jr. makes contact with him. Alex Tanker goes for yet another tumble. And whoa, Caitlin Stringer just going to get smacked by the 34 car. That car will go over as well. The race leader coming to the line was Jamie Murphy, car number 28. Now this car was a heavy championship favorite earlier in the season, but things have started to drop off for around mid-season. Same thing happened to her last year, but she was still able to win the championship. It's starting to get less and less likely now, but currently the 28 car in good shape for winning this race. Just gotta make sure she makes it to the finish. Incident lap 17. Oku Yamadea catching up heavily on these slow drivers. Don't know why she didn't break the car. Just gonna plow into Michelle Sayadino and Dustin Capps. She's running a tribute scheme to the fallen friend of Gas Tech Engineering Incorporated, Casey Ackenbron, who was unable to start this race last year. So, unfortunately, the tribute car is being banged up today. Two of those tribute cars are out. Another incident, Brian Valentine's going to get clipped by Matt Evans, and that car would be essentially done for today. At least, I think. You don't know with these mechanics, they can get anything working. Bob Sayadino and Matt Duell going to make contact. Both of them going to go fly. Oh! The 04 car is going to get hit hard by another oncoming vehicle. I didn't even get to see what car that was going so fast. If you see it later on, tell me. Incident lap 19. David Yankee going to get clipped by Oku Yamadea. Oku Yamadea, I think, has a little bit of a grudge with David Yankee, who caused the spin on an earlier lap with her. David Yankee would be embedded into the wall in a dollhouse dodge. Incident lap 20. Jamie Murphy racing with lap traffic. Neil Evans goes to pit road. She's going down pit road, but she's not slowing down. We've got a report. The throttle is stuck. The steering is not working. Nothing is working. That car is just accelerating down pit road. She has no control over it. Hard contact into the wall. Connor Germain going to make heavy contact. Michelle Sayadino going for a pirouette in the 69 car. What a bone-crushing wreck as Oku Yamadea also plows in. Nicholas Garrett gets a piece of it as well. And look, there's Brian Valentine, Matt Evans. What a hard hit for the 28 machine. Let's go on board. Just you can see what this is a terrible feeling for your driver. One being sent up the road. Look at this point, no control over the vehicle. The throttle is to the floor. It's accelerating. You do not want to be in that situation as a driver, and I expect maybe an injury from this. Look at that hit! And getting just plowed by other vehicles. And that was Jerry Guerra, not Nicholas Guerra. My apologies. But, oh my god, horrible wreck. We're probably going to have a lot of injuries following this race. As, speaking of Nicholas Guerra, Nicholas Guerra would actually be the race leader after this, overtaking the number 28 car, who would go out of the race. That car would not be back out, neither was the driver. Guerra having a great race so far, hoping to win his first Utica Home Track Series race. Instant lap 21. Julian Kenneth Jr. is going to just slide off course. Might have had steering issue, I'm not sure. That car is going to go for a tumble. It's the Animal Crossing Chevy. Incident lap 22. Nicholas Guerra running with some of the lap traffic. That car is just going to veer off course. I think he might have had an issue. Like something just kind of stuck on him. A lot of these cars have been damaged, a lot of mechanical issues. He would go off the racetrack and he would lose the race lead trying to get back on, making sure that car is stable. He'd get back control of the vehicle. But the race leader, as you see John Sayadino making a quick avoidance, is going to be Eris Schock, who we mentioned was one of the highest gainers on track in the early stages of the event, getting up to the top 10. Currently running in first. with a bunch of the lap traffic. Now, Air Shock has actually never run at this racetrack before. Hunter Zander was in the vehicle for last year's race. So this is her first time on track, having a great run today for the JFI team that won here last year. But we would have an incident on lap 24. Air Shock running in that group of cars. Going to make some contact with Connor Germain Jr. Matt Duell and Ray Tang go off course. She would go for 2 flips. Keep it back on her wheels. John Cededino, who's a lap down, goes speeding by. She keeps that car going, but you're going to see it coming in frame soon. There's that green car of Nicholas Guerra. He's going to regain the race lead. But another incident, lap 25. Look at this. They've caught up. Julian Kennebleth Jr. is going to wreck Nicholas Guerra, the teammate car of Air Shock, going to wreck Nicholas Guerra in spectacular fashion. Man, I'm not sure what the officials are going to say about that, as Julian Kennebleth Jr. may have deliberately wrecked the 6th car to help his teammate out. Incident lap 24. Thomas Beatty. We haven't talked about him much today, and rightly so. That car has not been doing well. It's not going to do well here as it gets plowed by Estavas Cortez. That car goes for a horrible flip in the first turn. Oh, Seth Cole makes some contact with him, and that car is going to go out of the race. What a shame for a driver who was having such a good run. Incident lap 25. 2 laps to go. Andreas Allen, car number 08, goes sliding off track. And that car's going to go for a violent barrel roll. He's been known for having these very odd violent wrecks, Andreas Allen. It's not something he wants to be remembered for. If that car comes to rest on his roof, he would have to bring that to the pits. Incident lap 26, the last incident of the day. Jerry Guerra, brother of Nicholas Guerra, trying to get around Nicky Allen, goes flipping. He was actually the last car on the lead lap, running in about 6th place, I believe. So that is upsetting. He was just about to make it to the final lap. He's going to have to try and limp that car back around to the finish line. But in the lead, car number 33, Air Shock, coming from 25th place, is going to go around the final turn. And it looks like if these drivers don't get a little cocky, she should be the winner here at Rouen Essarts for her first career event. JFI has swept this track 2 years in a row. Congratulations to the JFI team, though we'll have to see what that look into Julian Kennebleth Jr.'s actions with Nicholas Guerra. That might result in a penalty. Air Shock is the winner of the race and the rookie of the race. Then there's Nicholas Guerra, Russell Curie, who actually moved the most spots on track. He was in 36th. Then there's Brock McMahon, Jeffery Finguy rounding out the top 5. Finguy having a great day. Then Caps, Yamadea, Allen, Stringer, Cortez, your top 10. Yamadea having a great run for that tribute scheme. DeMarco Robinson, Kennebleth, Guerra, Bryant, Yankee, Camiso, Citadino, Duell, and Bain. That rounds out the drivers before Bob Cortez, who was out of the race. Bartel and Tanker were 4 laps down. Cole was out. Robinson was 5 laps down. Then Allen Young, 27th place for Dylan Young. He's going to lock himself in just barely as Takeda and Caps, Citadino rounds out the top 30. Look at all these drivers that are out. This is currently the record for the most drivers to go out in a Utica Home Track Series race. Treck Tauger and Megan Curley both running tribute schemes for Casey Ockenbraun, 41st and 42nd. Disappointing day for those two, but at least Yamadea got themselves the top 10. Let's take a look at the top 35 in the point standings, which Dylan Young is probably looking forward to. Jeffery Finguy on top of the points. William Duncan back down to 2nd. Dom Capps in 3rd. Matt Evans 4th. Brian Valentine 5th. Those are the favorites for the championship at the current moment. Then there's Bob Cededino, Brock McMahon, Russell Curie, Julian Kennebleth Jr., Colin Bartel, your top 10, but it's debatable if Kennebleth is going to stay in the top 10 if he gets a penalty. And then Caps, Bain, Yankee, Camiso, Robinson, Guerra, Murphy, all the way down to 17th. Citadino, Curley, Benoit, your top 20. Then Andreas Allen, Air Shock, Ray Takeda, Samantha Yankee, Neil Evans, Michelle Cededino, Alex DeMarco, Bob Cortez, Treck Tauger, and Seth Cole, your top 30. Final 5 drivers that are locked in for the next round at Kyalami. It's going to be Robinson, Aurelio, Ulrich, Tanker, Young. Aurelio and Ulrich won't be there. Dylan Young happy. He finally does not have to be in the qualifier race. He's been waiting all season for this. Now we're going to take a look at all the drivers that are not locked in. Evans, Bryant, Bishop, Guerra, Duell, Cortez, Ogo, Benoit, Beatty. These are all the drivers that still have a mathematical shot at the championship, but then Brotenbach all cannot win this championship, though currently every driver that is not locked in still has a chance to work their way into locked-in contention. Won't be until we start getting to later races where they will be mathematically locked out. You see a lot of drivers down here that aren't planning to run any more races, so you know that they are not going to be locking themselves in anytime soon. Like drivers like Dylan White and Chris Kyle, who are no longer driving in the series. Let's finally take a look at the Rookie of the Year point standings. William Duncan still on top, 5 points over Dom Capps, who got an advantage this weekend. Kenneth Bled's is third, followed by Robinson, Bartel, Capps, Guerra, Shock with a boost into the top 10, and Takita rounding out that top 10. Well, next up, we're going to the Kyalami Circuit in South Africa for the final race of our foreign tour. Then we'll head back to the States for 2 races, and then we'll head elsewhere. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will be there next time for Kyalami.